Well done, thank you. Here we are.
Here we are.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Tell me about the start of the roller coaster. Tell me why you got on the roller coaster.
Lots of things happened to me in the last 2 years, if I'm being perfectly honest. One of which was a divorce, two of which was moving house twice, and of course the world pandemic to add to that collection. I've been on my own mental health journey, and this was one of those, not last things, but another thing to add to that collection of my mental health journey and me becoming about me, basically. So that was the start of me coming to you.
Amazing. And was there a particular jolt or thing, or like what was the catalyst? What made you finally go, right now?
I had followed you since one of my friends did it for about 4 months. I'm not gonna lie, sat there looking at your images thinking, I really like what this guy does. Maybe I should go and do it myself.
Alright, so you booked it. How did it feel once you booked?
Surreal, because you book it and you get your confirmation, but you never quite think you'll do it or you'll get to that point, because you can put a date in the diary, but without physically going and turning up and being your authentic self, whether it's absolutely nervous to the point of you're going to be sick or you don't want to be there, or just turning up and being like, we'll see what happens. Either of those is absolutely fine, and I think that's really important to point out to people as well, to be fair, that it doesn't matter how you turn up and how you first arrive when you get to that photo shoot, just get there.
Amazing. And so you got there. Were you nervous at all?
Apprehensive is probably the word I would use. What am I going to look like? Will it even look like me? which is an odd thought to have, but I think it's worth considering it. And probably, can I actually do this though? Can I actually pull this off? And in reality, of course you can, because that's you anyway. You're only being you. It's just those inner demons that you probably hide away so everybody else are pulled out.
Absolutely. So you got a chance to see yourself or be yourself on the shoot. How did you feel once you left?
On top of the world. It's the only phrase I can use. On top of the world. I felt like the biggest badass bitch walking around London. Met with my friend, went out for drinks. No one could shift that mood I'd ended up in, and I call it a mood, but I mean that elated mood that I ended up in. No one could shift that, and actually that remained with me for quite a few weeks as well. I kept that, and I think it's still there. I think I've subdued it a little bit more is probably the best way to put it, but I bring that out every now and again, and being able to look back at those images in the future and be back in that exact moment when I came out the shoot, met up with my friend in London, went for drinks, and knew that nobody could touch me, or shake that mood that I was in. That is such a nice feeling to have.
Unbelievable. I can't stop smiling.
Neither can I.
Alright. So here we are, some weeks later, and you're due to see your images. Like, how do you feel coming into this?
Really relaxed, chilled about it, excited to see what I actually look like, because you get to see those sneak peeks obviously when we're there together during the shoot, but it's nothing compared to seeing it in person, in my normal casual gear, not I haven't got my full makeup on, that type of thing, and looking at it and going, damn, she's hot, and that's me.
And I guess, like, is it what you expected? Like when you, because I sat here and I was watching you look at yourself.
Yeah.
And you were smiling the whole way through.
Yeah, and I did a lot of like.
Yeah. And is it what you expected, or is it like, are you surprised by the outcome?
I am more surprised by the outcome, if I'm being honest. Yeah, it is what I expected, but it's so much more heightened than that initial. I knew it would be good. I knew it would be amazing. I know I'd look at the pictures and be like, yes, she is so attractive right now. I knew I'd do that, But I didn't realise it'd be that difficult to look at them and go, yeah, I like all 5 of those, so you're not deleting any of them. Really nice to see yourself like that.
Amazing. You mentioned you had friends who were like, you feel like they should do it or it would benefit them, but they won't because they're just not that way inclined, which is fine. What advice would you give to people like your friends or other people who are sat there like, maybe like how you were during those 4 months, you know, like...
What on earth is holding you back?
Like realistically, like you could just say just do it, but like, is there anything you could have said to her?
I mean, everybody is different, aren't they? So everybody has their own battles to get to that point, and I think you need to accept that. All of us need to accept that, and I think that's nice to know. But if there's that tiny, tiny little bit that goes, I'd really like to do that, do it. Book it months in advance, book it a year in advance if you need to, but book it, and then show up distraught, distressed, and so nervous that you think you're going to be sick, because you're there and you take all of that away without a doubt. So even though you might be absolutely petrified about, you know, undressing, getting in the tiniest, skimpiest thing, so don't do that then. Get in what you're comfortable in as well, and that's another thing that I think everybody thinks you've got to wear sexy underwear or the silkiest things or the, you know, the beautiful lingerie. No, you don't. Wear a t-shirt if you want to wear a t-shirt, because if that's what you're going to be comfortable in, you, Merv, will help them find that, and that's what I think is really important. So just book it.
Thank you so much. Is there any final like thoughts or feedback or anything that you want to remark about in regards to the experience or the photos or the shoot or anything at all that you want to add? Anything?
Turn up in any way, shape or form, without a doubt, because that doesn't matter. Turn up crying and you'll be there, so it's fine. You know, everyone will get through it and move on from it. So that's probably something I would say. In terms of any more feedback for you, no, I don't think I have any, if I'm being honest. You have been an absolute breath of fresh air. I've never met anybody quite like you. And honestly, I haven't. In all my time that I've met other people, and part of my job is meeting other people all the time, I've never met anybody quite like you, and you get down to those real deep nitty gritty bits and open those doors that everybody keeps closed, and I think that's such a nice trait to have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to get teary-eyed. Thank you.